What is up, YouTube? That's right, I'm back. So, if you guys remember, last video I made, I blew up the 250. Today we're gonna tear it apart, find out exactly what broke and how bad it is. So Amber broke her nail taking a cover off my camera so I could actually video. First things first, we're gonna pull the plastics, drain the coolant, and pull the exhaust. Then we'll start tearing the top end apart, I guess. Let's do it. All right, a few bolts and front plastics are removed. The rear plastics are all pinned in from my aftermarket seat latch setup I have. So I guess we should probably pull the fuel tank. Get that off, then we'll work on the pipe. Undo carb from intake. Well, we'll get to that when we need to. I am really curious about pulling the head. Yep. Start parting this thing out. I mean, pulling it apart. Cool. We got the exhaust off this thing. So now we're moving on to draining the coolant. Fun. Precision aim. Nailed it.
You missed.
I may have missed
multiple times.
No, okay. Maybe just a little bit. You can see some splatter. Got it going now, though.
She's fucked up.
All right, so I got all the coolant hoses off. Just pulled the spark plug, and I thought I would share. If it'll focus, you can see there is a chunk, not powder, of piston, like you would come see, but a chunk of piston wedged. Come on, focus. Inside of my spark plug. That's terrible. Jesus. Well, I guess we're gonna blow it up. Might as well blow it up right. So Amber says we're gonna see how bad I fucked this up. So I got all the head nuts off. I'm gonna hand this over to her. And moment of truth. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's chunky.
Okay, a whole lot of metal. Hey, the head almost looks good still. I'm not seeing a bunch of fucking dents or nothing in it.
I mean, you did stop like right on it.
Well, it stopped itself.
Yeah, I know.
I am kind of amazed that that's still a good head. Wow. The fuck. Anyways, I guess it really don't matter because I already haven't told the YouTube this, but I already bought a whole lot of stuff for this thing. I didn't go as cool as I wanted to, but long story short, light porting and 261 cc's. That's what it's going to end up being. All right.
Well, I need to retire those shorts. Well, I feel like we need to dig down farther.
Man, I was really hoping we could rotate it. Where did all the metal come from? The top of the piston looks fine, which tells me it probably dropped a skirt. And that could all be skirt material that went down the bottom end and then pushed through the transfer ports to the top of it.
Let's go farther.
I'm going to need a crank. Hopefully not cases. Because if it dropped a skirt, it could have broke the cases, which is
I mean, you
really
were already looking at...
Well, yeah, I did find, so used cases are like generally close to $1,500. Now for like $2,000, I can buy brand new billet cases. There's no cheap way around it.
I know.
I haven't seen a cheap set of cases anywhere that were broke. So, okay, I guess we're gonna go ahead and pull the cylinder.
Yeah.
Let's get after it. All right, so you got both those loose? Okay. Get the cord. Should be able to just kind of wiggle this out of here. Like that. And then the cylinder nuts are already removed, so I guess we should be able to tap it with the hammer. Wish you were mouth was, but stop the big dog. There's a couple little light tappy tappies. I ain't gonna, oh well. So. Little light tappy tappies. They're all loosened up. Alrighty. So the cylinder so far, honestly, looks fine.
Oh my god, metal chunks.
Where did all this metal come from? Yep, dropped the skirt. This whole leading edge of the skirt broke off. And it got lunchboxed. Well.
Okay there, bud.
So the piston itself actually looks relatively nice. It just dropped a skirt, which is really fucking weird. I mean, you look at this, it still looks brand new. This top end only had a few tanks of fuel through it. So that's really, really strange. I did not personally build this. It wasn't like, I don't know. I never really abused it too hard. So it may be casting defect, or maybe, don't know, but it dropped a skirt. But based off what I'm seeing here,
Fail.
like this cylinder, like I shit you not, the bore looks nice still. It didn't hit the head. Well, I mean, it hit the head, but it didn't hurt the head. Like you can see obviously chunks of metal from the piston in there still, but the bore. Okay, it's a little later. Had to charge up my phone. However, this fucking thing. So we are going to have to pull the motor, split the cases, go through the whole thing, make sure it's clean. Honestly, I kind of want to replace the crank anyways, because it was not locked up because the top end, it is locked up because of metal in the bottom end, and I'm praying the cases are good. Can't guarantee nothing there, but you know, boy, that's kind of a weird gasket. What's going on here? How the hell does coolant get through that? Very, very strange. Huh. Well, maybe the coolant doesn't go in the cases. I guess that would make sense. But yep, super bummer. The whole leading edge on this exhaust side is broke off. And yeah. Yep. So that's what did the 250 in. I'm not seeing a whole lot of scoring or anything. Like, it's dirty, but you take your finger across it, cleans right up. So it didn't run lean or anything crazy like that. Never cold seized, nothing. It just fucking dropped the skirt. That's really all there is to it. The good news is I have not cleaned this up yet. Ugh. However, there's some chunks in here. But the bore itself actually looks, what's that all about? That's on the intake side. That's fucking weird. Huh. So this is the side that it blew up on. That looks suspicious there. Very, very strange. So it looks good other than this. I don't know what the deal is with the discoloration there. But, yep. Well, shit. I guess let's go try to find my new parts. Well, new to me. And have a look at that. Ah, yes. The parts. So this is a used Wiseco ProLite piston. I am on the fence if I would want to use this. It looks really nice. Some very, very, very light scuffing there. Can't catch a nail or nothing, but it is visible. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. That came with it. This is a, see right there it says 2.00 millimeter. That's because that means this is 2 millimeter larger bore than stock. Stock is 68 mil, or sorry, 66 mil. This is a 68 millimeter piston, and that brings it from like a 250 or whatever stock, 249, I don't really know, to a 261 cc stock stroke, all that. Got this cylinder here. Mara's Racing Team. So nothing super radical about this. It had some very, I don't remember where it was. All right, let's set this down here. A little bit of light work done to the ports. Nothing crazy, like very, very, very minimal porting done to it. So it's basically stock, but this is bored out to 68 millimeters. So there's my 261 cc top end, and that's what's going to end up going on the four-wheeler. One last thing I need to show you guys about it. So I don't know if you're paying attention earlier to the other cylinder, but if you look at this one, this is from like 87 to 89. They had these here. This is what's called a bridged port on the intake side. However, the one I had on my 250R does not have these bridges, which means that was actually a 85, 86 ATC top end. Whereas this is a correct one for the 250R. They're the same essentially other than that. However, this has better piston stability, which I'm curious if that may have played a part in why it dropped the skirt. So who knows, but that's what's going to go on my wheeler. But I guess stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I got to get that motor pulled. I got to get the case split. I have to inspect the crank. Aspen is freaking dying in all this heat, as am I. It's like 65 out right now, I think. Let's see. Now we're closer to 70. So it's definitely getting warmer out. And yeah. Logie's getting big, ain't you, buddy? He's like 8 months old. I think he's 78 pounds right now. And he's just a good boy. He's a good boy, huh? Yeah. But stay tuned. We'll figure it out. Order up some more parts. Get this 250 back together.